This goes out to all those deadbeat dads out there. Um, Thanks for basically setting all the rest of us dads up for fucking failure. All right. You set a precedence in the world that dads generally do not give a shit about their kids, or they're willing to give up their responsibility to go freaking do whatever the hell they want to do. And it's honestly not true. And I find it pretty offensive when people blanket us all because of the very few that are like that. I went to a parenting class because I'm going through a divorce, and I've never seen so much bias in my life. Pretty much the videos, the person that was teaching the class, all had the concept that all dads are pretty much worthless. We're the ones that come in on the weekends after a long week with the kids with the mom, and the mom's struggling with everything, and we're the ones that come and try to play the role of the fun person. When that's not the reality. I mean, there's a lot of dads out there that put in the fucking work, and I get it. Some you might have basically, as a person that teaches these classes that go through stuff like that, or have your own experience, probably saw some dads that literally did play that role of, oh, I'm the fun dad, and you could have fun with me for the 2 days I have you. But there are dads out there that literally put in the fucking work, that are grinding every day with their kids. And guess what? I'm one of those freaking dads. All right. I wasn't always basically able to be home all the time, but I am now. And I basically spent majority of my time doing stuff with my kids. All right. I did 11 years in the Marine Corps, and I spent most of my time, when I did have off, doing stuff with my kids. All right, but that wasn't my main focus at the time. My main focus was going to work, making money, providing for my kids, and then my ex would basically be home with the kids, and she would take care of them. All right, I got in the military, and I moved back home, and I started basically realizing that, I got in the military. I was struggling. I was struggling with basically being home full time. I was struggling with basically my kids not accepting me. For the longest while, I was that face that basically shows up. I help out with some stuff around the house. I'm there to parent, but I'm not really there because I'm always at work. Whereas now, I'm home full time. I'm not getting deployed. I'm not going to freaking training sessions that basically take me away from them for months at a time. I'm here. I'm consistent. So of course my kids had a hard time. Like, what the hell? This guy is like foreign to us. So when I try to implement rules and when I try to basically implement routines, they had a little hesitation to it, which makes sense. But after the first couple of years, I basically started opening up. My kids started receiving me in a proper way. They started to be a little bit more. Um, they started to be a little less cautious with me. They'll come to me about issues. They'll come to me about things that they want to do. It got to the point where I became the primary stay-at-home parent, and I did everything I can, from taking them to birthday parties, to going to school for parent-teacher conferences, to basically volunteering at the school, to coaching my daughter's soccer team, and then going to each and every game that my kids have. I know there's a lot of parents out there that don't have the opportunity, but the ones that do, step up and play your freaking role, all right? And those for those dads that literally sit there and, even if you have the opportunity, you choose not to, that's pretty messed up, man. Because when those children grow up and they get older and they look back at their life and they see that you had the opportunity to be there, but you chose not to be there, that's only damaging them. That's hurting them. And as a kid that literally lived a life of basically my dad was not there for me. Yeah, my mom was there for me, but my mom basically rarely, if ever, cared about sports. She rarely, if ever, came to school, and she really, if ever, did anything to basically benefit me. And what I'm doing for my children right now is I'm being the dad that I wish I had as a kid. All right. And that means basically busting my ass each and every time that I have them to basically be the best dad possible. That doesn't mean like, every day is fun. I have days where I lose my crap because my kids are being little shits. All right. I have days where basically I have to fight with my kids to do certain things. And guess what? That all comes into play because you're being a parent. All right, you're not there to be their friend. You're not there to be their buddy. You're not there to be the fun thing. You're there to basically grow them. You're there to groom them and make them a better person so that when they do leave you, they go out there and they're being a better, productive person in society. All right, I'm talking to those dads and I'm showing respect to those dads and I'm giving props to those dads that sit there. You sit down there, you do homework with your kids. You sit there and you're volunteering for their freaking, their sports team. You're sitting there, you're basically making sure your kids are showered. Make sure they're basically have good hygiene. You make sure their clothes are properly freaking pressed or they look good when they go out. You're going there and you're making basically the effort at their school to make sure that they're getting the best education possible. I'm talking to those dads that take the time out to do stuff with their kids, even when you're fucking exhausted. Go out of your way to make sure the kid understands that, something, I might be struggling. I might have my own stuff. I might have to yell at you freaking 2 minutes ago, but I'm still here for you. All right? And those dads that basically do that, something, those are rare, but they're out there. All right? I see a lot of those freaking fake ass dads that sit there and they get their kids for maybe 1 or 2 days and they take pictures and they post it on Facebook. Look at me. And then all their friends are like praising them. All right. I'm not going to talk shit about posting stuff on Facebook because we all do it. All right. I came back to Connecticut. Most of the people that I've bonded with, that I call my family, don't live here. All right. So I post pictures of my kids to show them, what's going on with my kids, how my kids are growing, and what I'm up to. Not to get any praise, not to get any pat on the back, not to try and play that freaking, oh my gosh, I'm the best fucking father ever. But to basically, it's like an album. Nobody cares an album anymore. Those are for your memories for later on. All right? But the dads that literally put in the work and grind each and every day with your kids, I honestly salute you. Because being a dad is not fucking easy at all. And being a dad in a society which looks at you as the secondary, not the primary, it fucking sucks. There's dads out there that are better fucking caregivers than the fucking moms. But rarely, if ever, do you ever see a court give a dad full custody. Rarely, if ever, do you see a freaking family counselor, everybody like look at the dad as a possible, better parent for the kids. They all look at us as, hey, something? He's probably not fit to be a sole parent. And that fucking hurts. And like when I went to that class, I saw that lady, and she literally freaking thought that I was one of those freaking dads that show up on the weekend and get my little visitation and party with my kids. Nah, that ain't the case. Uh, I have days where I'm more parenting than having fun. I have days where I basically have to punish my kids because they're misbehaving. All right? That shit ain't easy. And I'm tired of freaking people looking at us all of us like that because it's not true. So all in all, honestly, it sucks that, those freaking few end up screwing over the many. It's not fair. I don't like it. And I hate the fact that society looks at dads as a secondary, not a primary. All right? This is 2020 now. Come on, man. Dads are stepping up to the plate and they're playing the roles. So give us the fucking respect we're freaking due. All right?